If you're an expert in your field or an entrepreneur, the fastest way to get booked is public speaking. The question always is, how do I get booked or get more bookings? I'm Jackie Lapin, and I'm an expert in helping people get booked. I've booked more than 10,000 interviews and speaking engagements over my career. And I've gotten on a lot of stages myself, just using some of the tactics that I'm going to offer you now. The first thing is you need to have a really great signature talk. This is something that really talks about what is it that you're offering this community and how it's going to empower them. It needs to be something that other people haven't delivered the same talk. It needs to be unique and special to you. Now, once you've got that signature talk, then you can really figure out where to delivering it. So you need to know who it is that you really serve. What is it that you're trying to provide, and the audience that's a match to that. So when you know that, it provides two things. One, it really defines for the booker whether you're right for that audience and saves you a lot of time in narrowing your search for the right kinds of speaking engagements. So there has to be that match, and you need to be really clear on who it is that you serve. The next thing is, you need to really make time to go look for your bookings. The worst thing that most speakers do is say, I'm going to go and, spend some time this week looking for my bookings. And when you get to the end of the weekend, they've never done anything. And so you can look back and say, well, where did that week go? And I didn't get any speaking gigs lined up. So you have to really put in 3 hours each week in your calendar as if you were having a meeting with somebody else, and use that time to go look for your bookings. So as I say, if you can't do the time, you can't earn the dime. So the next thing is you have to have a really great speaker one sheet, and that addresses why you'll be perfect for this audience. Now, this speaker one sheet needs to have in it a great bio on you and what your presentations are, and it really needs to address what is the problem that you solve for that audience. How is it that you're going to eliminate the thing that's keeping them awake nights? So that's really important to have that one sheet that defines what it is that you're going to be bringing to the stage. The next thing is a great video. Now, this is not something that needs to be fancy, just 3 to 5 minutes of you speaking to an audience, and it shows how dynamic you are and how exciting that you are. And it can't be shot from your cell phone. It needs to be professionally done in some way so that it really has great sound and great video, and they know that you can deliver on what you're proposing. Speaking of proposing, the next thing you need to have is a great proposal letter. And it has to draw attention to why you would be great for this audience. Now, it doesn't need to be really long. It just needs to be 4 or 5 paragraphs, but it needs to get their attention. And then in that, it will include reference to your speaker one sheet and the videos so they can really get a sense of who you are and pursue it from the next angle of that. Now, after that, now that you've got all the materials that you need, you got to start looking. You got to select the kinds of places that you're going to propose yourself for. And so, a great place to start are local meetings, venues, and associations where you can get booked more easily and really where your offer will resonate. You want to pick the low-hanging fruit, the people that are going to book you, so that when you're really starting to get out and spread the word and build your speaker reel, your momentum, the local people will know who you are, and then that will expand into more and better opportunities for you that will continue to grow your business. And you want to make sure that you're selecting the opportunities that resonate with the audience, attract clients, and make you a lot of money. Now, would you like a shortcut for that? We've got something called Speakertunity Cities Regional Speaker Leads Directories. And this really cuts to the chase. Now that you have all of your materials, we give you between 800 and 1,500 different speaking opportunities and the contacts for them in your own market, in each and every market. And we will have more than 60 markets before we're done. So this will be the fastest and the easiest way for you to get booked on stage and start making some money. So I really encourage you to come and take a look at that at speakertunitycities.com. So what's the next step? Now that you've sent these pitches out to all these wonderful people that you've identified, either yourself or on Speakertunity Cities, now you have to do the follow-up. So if you're going to do the follow-up, it needs to be thus. No more than 3 contacts. The first should be an email, and then you have a choice of either 2 emails and 1 phone call, or 1 email and 2 phone calls. And because you don't want to pursue the different speaker bookers and burn your bridges. So 3 is good. Now, if you don't get any response after those 3, then I suggest that you go to LinkedIn. And that's kind of your last resort. And if they don't respond after LinkedIn, it's time to call it quits and just move on to the next ones. But those are all great ways to see if you can get the interest of the booker and get them connected with you so you can tell them a little bit more and take their temperature and see if this is something that might be workable. And then the last tip I'm going to give you is be pleasant. Now, I know it's not great to hear when you're getting rejected or if somebody's not returning your phone calls, but just stay in a positive framework and leave the opportunities open for the future so that the person who you're proposing might not bite on this one, but they might bite on the next one. You really want to stay in a wonderful, pleasant kind of a dialogue with them. Well, I'm Jackie Lapin, and I can't wait to help you find speaking opportunities in your city and across the continent. So come on, looking forward to being with you.